Hey, welcome to the second part of our I don't remember, last reading of The Name of the Wind. And we're going to be reading chapters 85 through the Epilogue, or the Epilogue if you're one of those refined people. And then we're going to be having a discussion about it. So, see you then. There. Bye. Chapter 85. Hands against me. Kvarth gets expelled for malfeasance. Yeah, that's pretty much what happened.
Yep.
All right, chapter 86. The fire itself. Kvarth gets expelled for malfeasance. And raised to Relar to study naming under Eldon. Eldon tells him about names, and I was wondering if this was his getting expelled, like when he said I was the youngest ever to be expelled from the university.
Yeah. That'd be pretty
I wonder
funny.
if that's his.
That'd be pretty funny. I like that.
And then, but later on, in the end, he says, or towards the end, he says that Ambrose, later did a thing that would force him to leave, but he didn't say kicked out. He just said forced to leave. So
Yeah.
I wonder if I think this might have been his
Expelling.
expelling.
Yeah, that would be great because that whole sequence, I laughed so hard. I went, oh, these all of the masters are just fucking with them. That's great. They're like, you're expelled. You're fine.
You're unexpelled.
Anyway, all in favor of getting him unexpelled? Yeah, cool. Anyone all in favor of raising him to Raylar? Yeah, cool. All right. It was so good. I didn't consider the possibility this was the expulsion he mentioned. Yeah, that'd be funny. That would be in line with Kavoth's. He seems kind of a cheeky person, so I can see that.
I don't know. I didn't picture him as having a very thick ass.
Got them cheeks. Clap of his ass cheeks is alerting the Chandrian constantly.
Oh no.
Oh no. Would. Mm-hmm. I definitely figured this was the expulsion. That's great. I hadn't thought about that. That's really fun.
It's classic Rothfuss too.
Mm-hmm. Averting expectations. Yeah.
All right. Oh yeah, Eldon tells him all about the names and stuff, and I think he basically says what I was just explaining.
Yeah.
But in a more confusing way.
Yeah.
But Kvoth's like, he doesn't even know what he's talking about.
Yeah. Kavoth, look out. Oh no, he can't hear us. He's got AirPods in. Perfect.
Oh yeah, and Eladin admits the door exists and calls it
Yes.
Valeritas or something.
Yes.
Valoritas. I assume that's his name for it. Oh,
Yeah.
I wonder if he told Kvoth the name of it.
Probably.
As in, like,
I mean,
the
but
name.
Kavoth heard that. Yeah.
So Kvoth can now get into it.
Can now break down the door. Yeah.
I think that's what he did.
I mean, Eladin's just a little shit, so that's fair.
I thought at first it was an exclamation in his language, but just
no.
I think it was.
You don't aim for a small secret. He clapped me on the back as if I just made an especially good joke. Valaritas, God, I can still remember what it was like standing down there looking at the door, wondering.
He says it again.
Yeah. Does he say it twice?
He says it multiple times.
Valaritas.
Where is it? Check. What page?
I thought it was just an explanation, as if the book doesn't have enough. Yeah. I thought he only said it once. That would be interesting, though.
I thought for sure he said it twice. Maybe it is just an exclamation.
It might be. Is Eladin What is Elodin's background? I don't remember. Valeritas.
I remember
Valeritas
thinking
is
when
a
reading
warning.
it. He said that twice. But maybe
Some people speculate it means secret. We see Valeritas on 2 occasions on the 4-plate door.
Are you looking up spoilers?
I guess so. Not. It sounds like it's a exclamation of some kind.
Oh, you know what I was thinking? He meant he says God and then he says merciful Telu.
Yeah. God, merciful Telu.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, if he says it multiple times, he's like, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. It's definitely not the name of the door. Yeah, maybe. It could be the name of the door, though. Like, I mean, I would not put it past Elodin to just do that. He's a shit disturber. He absolutely would do that. He's like, I like you. Go check out the library. You'll be fine. Valeritas is what's carved on the door. Oh. Is that what you were thinking? When does he say it? Like you said you were right, so he mentioned it twice.
Well, maybe he mentioned it when he looked at the door.
When he looked at the door. Oh God, what chapter was that? Yeah.
Who knows, man?
I was way back. Yeah.
Was it one of your chapters or one of mine?
I think it was yours. 317. Corwin coming in, saving us a whole lot of time. Yep. In its center, between the untarnished copper plates, a word was chiseled deep in the stone. Valeritas. I
win. I have won book club.
You have won the game. Thank God for EPUBs and text search. Nice. Hell yeah. All right, well, now we know. Okay, its name is Valeritas.
I'm still waiting for those smart contacts that let me look at a book and just like do that. And, like,
I just lost the game. Book. Sorry, Glow. No. Sorry, what?
I'm waiting for those smart contacts that let me just do a data and like flip through the book. And
of a physical book.
Yes, I have read the book.
I've absorbed all of the words now. What a good story.
Oh no, I just lost the game.
No. Also, the purported title of book 3 is Doors of Stone. Oh, fair.
Are you telling me he doesn't even get into the door in book 2?
Oh, I highly doubt it. Rothfuss likes to really draw out the story. I would not be surprised.
It's a dragon.
It's a Dracus.
No, it's a dragon.
It's a proper dragon.
Yeah. It's where they keep the Chandrian. If he ends up at one point acquiring a random key, 100% sure, then I'm like, yes, that is one of the keys to the thing, because it's like he's collecting keys like a side quest, or like not like a side quest, like a many-fold quest. You know what I mean? Like, here's this door with 4 locks. Now go to the 4 corners of the earth and find the 4 keys. This key 1 is in the lava dimension. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
It's Denna's bedroom.
Oh yeah, where she grew up.
You good?
Yep. Sorry, I was just checking something.
Where's my page?
674, I think. No, we did this one.
No, that's not that page. I meant. in this
no, we're on that one. Okay. Oh, I see.
Chapter 87. Kvoth asks to see Auri's underthing, and accidentally starts playing Horizon Zero Dawn. And I said, I imagine that this is the old university that Elodin had just mentioned. Under the current university. He said that
Oh,
was an
when
old
he
university, and then the new university was built on top of the
was
old
built on
university.
top of it. Yeah, yeah.
That's what I assume.
So, yeah, so he follows. That's the chapter he follows Ari into the sewers, right? And like sees the whole
Yeah. He's like, Ari,
everything
did
under.
you just make a joke?
She's like, yeah, I'm fucking with you. It was so funny. I really like Ari now. She grew on me a bit. No, this whole bit about the under thing was very much a look under there, underwear vibe. Yeah, that was interesting. And so now, how does this chapter end? Because it was they were talking about the university, the old one.
It was like the few pages before that. It was in the chapter before when he was talking to Eleven.
Yeah, yeah.
He gave that whole
gotcha.
story about where the namers came from.
Yeah. And then this was also the chapter where Kavoth actually, the end of the chapter, Kavoth gets interrupted too. Because the next one is an interlude. So it's like, so that was an interesting thing because we don't often get that.
Oh, yeah, yeah. He was
like an interjection in the story. I was like,
interrupted.
Because like when there is an interlude, usually it's just Bass being like, Reshi, let me get you a cup of something. Like, or like, I don't like you, chronicler. Like, like it'll be Bass like asking a question or something.
Have you seen Owl House yet?
No, I have to.
Because sometimes when I do the sound, I'm doing Skeletor. Sometimes I'm doing King.
Oh, nice. Yeah, but it was interesting. Like, it was an interesting chapter to learn about, like see the description of the old university and like.
It makes me want to read the Auri book.
Yes, I agree. I want to read the Auri book now. Now I'm just interested.
Do you know what it gave me a quick not nostalgia, but just like remembrance of what was the name of that book series? Oh yeah. Okay, chapter 88, interlude. Looking. The usual crowd appears, and they are attacked by some random sort of demon-ass thing in a man's body. And Bass tells Chronicler not to mention Kvoth's failed sympathy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because he tries to use sympathy, or he seems to try to use sympathy by breaking the bottle and then like trying to like say something under his breath, but nothing happens. And also the guy who got possessed by a demon or something was the guy who mugged Chronicler. One of the guys who mugged Chronicler at the beginning.
Yeah. Which is a weird coincidence. If it's a coincidence.
Yeah. Yeah. And the way that I mean he moved and just like it made me think of the Skrull. Like,
oh, you think maybe he was like Skrull infected or whatever?
Maybe. I mean, he like coughed up like black. I was like, oh.
He bled black, I thought.
Was it blood? Oh, okay. Yeah, but that was also interesting too about Kavoth being unable to use sympathy because we haven't. I imagine that might be something that's maybe. I mean, probably something that's brought up in book 3, but maybe something that's like beginning to happen in book 2, maybe. Because something would have had to happen to him for him to just not be able to use it. And even like he hasn't used sympathy at all until in present day when he's telling the story. Like even when he fought the Skrull, he took a fucking knife to them. Like he was just like, no, get away. They're demonic.
I think he just needs to take his little blue pill.
But this is the first time that he genuinely tries. Like he was just like, I see no other point, and then it doesn't work.
Didn't he do it earlier to scare Chronicler in one of the other interludes?
I don't think so. I don't remember.
Like he lit something on fire.
Did he?
Or like no, he broke a glass from afar or something.
Oh. I think he did near the beginning before he started talking. Because he had to clean up the glass.
Yeah. Because
so maybe he can't. Yeah, I think when he was talking about
Maybe he's
dinner or
had the
something.
fire burned out of him. Get by the Chandran.
Yep. Can
He's
only
got
make
cold
flour.
blood now.
Yeah.
He's a lizard.
Uh
He's lizard
yeah, oh, yeah,
people.
100%. It's the lizard. They live among us. So maybe it's certain spells or certain acts of sympathy. um,
Maybe. I don't know. I feel
that
like
or
I
that
feel
or
like
he
it's
gets
just,
really anxious.
I feel like it's more like a sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. From the sounds of things, it sounds
That's
like
fair.
it sounds like impotence.
He's very apathetic and doesn't have the will to do anything, and sympathy is all about willpower. Yeah, that's true. He is very like some shit went down with this boy, and this man is broken. But that was also a long chapter too. Like that was
By far the
like
longest
compared.
interlude.
I think so. Yeah, most of the interludes are incredibly short.
So he tells the boy it's a demon.
Yeah.
Which in reading that I was like, oh, okay, cool. This was a demon. That makes sense. But later, Bast admits there is no such thing as demons, only fae.
Yeah. So then what are the Scrael?
Yeah.
I mean, they already established earlier that the Scrael aren't demons by their definition because I think he said you may as well call them demons because
yeah, they're monsters.
That's what you'll tell people. Yeah. Monsters yeah.
Inc.
Get that good hydration. Thank you.
But I don't know, it felt very demon-y, didn't it? Like if anything was going to be a demon, that's it. Like all the other stuff, people were like, "Oh, that's weird. It must be a demon." No, that was a demon. Like
yeah, who had done something to this man because he was not himself. He was also very fixated on like looking for something, and then when he like saw Chronicler, he was like, "You," and I was like, "Oh no!" Like he just because he would like grab his because he approached.
I thought he was going after Chronicler because Chronicler like stabbed him in the stomach. Chronicler made the first move.
Did he?
Yeah, he went up with him with a sword.
So then he would have seen him as a threat then. Yeah, because then he grabbed the blade, broke it as he was walking towards him as it's like driving into his shoulder or whatever.
Blade. Ugh.
Yeah. Yeah. The whole thing I was like, oh no. Like he just doesn't feel anything. Like that was I mean, I was like, oh, possession, that makes sense.
Well, he doesn't feel anything. It didn't seem like it was slowing him down either.
No, yeah. Chronicler needs to chill the fuck out. That's the second time he's made the first attack. Oh yeah, that's right, because he made an attack on Bass too. Oh my god. Chronicler's got trigger fingers.
Big iron.
What happened to did they kill the guy? The demon? Oh yeah, the blacksmithy, the apprentice. What? He burned him. Yeah.
No, he hit him like
or hit him a bunch of times with the iron, I mean.
And I think that was an iron sword. Why is it gonna be a bar? Like you're a metal worker.
Interesting that Kavoth says, "Ask Bass, isn't it one of your kind?" Oh, does he ask that?
Well, that's because they're he said it's not one of your kind. I thought.
Yeah.
So it sounds like there's different factions of Fae, like different nations, or whatever.
And he also mentioned he mentioned a type of monster.
Yeah, it was starting
with as if theorizing a skin dancer. Didn't you tell me they'd been gone for ages and ages?
And they said it wasn't a skin dancer.
Seems sort of dumb. It didn't. Plus, oh yeah, they were trying to argue against it. Yeah. It isn't one of your kind. Yeah, okay. It is not my kind. The male doesn't even share a border with us.
The mile?
The mile, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like a nation of Fae, I guess.
Yeah. I know you're not talking about me, but it's amusing coincidence. Oh, yeah, no, there's a character named Bast. With a T. Figure Fae is like the overarching race, like human, and then there are subgroups. Yeah.
Are there subgroups of human?
I don't know. Halfling?
Like, not really. Halfling's not a human. Halfling's a hobbit.
Not they're very human-like.
Maybe.
But arguably, yeah.
They're not from the same common ancestor, though.
No, that's true.
I don't think so, at least.
Yeah.
At least if Rings of Power can be believed.
Fair. I think I was also thinking of the Scrael, too, because the Possessor Demon Man reacted very strongly to the iron bar. And iron is also what hurt the Scrael. Like, the touch of iron. So it's like,
Well, I guess they're from the same place.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
but it's like, now that's twice that they've come to this inn about it, too.
Glow, humans are different ethnicities, but, like, I wouldn't... like, there's a bit more of a difference between whatever the hell Bast is and the Scrael.
Yeah.
Like, that's...
My brain is sleepy. Oh, no, that's fair. I think it's more of like a Fae beast. Oh. Yeah, because we're pretty agreed that, like, I'm pretty sure, like, we've basically confirmed that Bast is of the Fae.
He said it.
He said
straight
it?
up, yeah, in this chapter.
Yeah. Or, like, corrupted somehow. Migby. Migbay. Maybe. Go, you should go sleep if you're tired. Although I know we're almost done, but... But yeah, good chapter. Interesting chapter.
Only got a few left. Well, we got a lot left, but they're all very short. Chapter 89, A Pleasant Afternoon. Kvoth gets whipped.
Whipped.
Whipped. He pays off his debt and buys a new loot and a dress for Auri, which we never got to see him give her.
No, Sag.
This was the one where he's just like, and I got my blood back, and didn't even say Devi's name. I was like, come on.
Oh yeah, it's like, oh, okay.
That was a very short one.
Yeah.
Nothing happened.
Yeah, I didn't have any really thoughts.
I think he spoke to the boys. No, that's a couple chapters later. Never mind.
Yeah, that's later. Yeah. Bill keeps waking me up at like 6 a.m. Oh no.
Anything to say about that?
Not really.
Chapter 90, Half-Built Houses. Kvoth sneaks into the archives through the Underthing and continues to have girls fawning over him whilst completely ignoring their advances. It's worth noting that he's like 3+ years younger than most of them. LOL. Fela gives him a lecture about the Dewey Decimal System.
Oh yeah, Fela. Yeah.
Fela.
Yeah, because, and I like that, like, I think this is the chapter where she's like, yeah, no, I'll get into the archives. She's walking around, and he's like, hello, nice day we're having. She's like, what the fuck? How did you get in here? Like, sneak up on me like that. Bo goes, sun is up. I need to go outside. Wakey, wakey. Oh, no.
And he just shows it up in her room, and she's like, shows up at the door with a blanket's like, who is it? Okay. Jeez, put on some clothes, girl.
Yeah, because she's like holding the thing. It's like draped over.
I guess men aren't supposed to be in there, to be fair.
No, yeah. I mean, I think she was kind of caught off guard. She was like, okay. You live out. Hello. Good evening.
How's it going?
I mean, she definitely had the hots for Kvoth, like,
yeah, but
I don't know.
But she didn't know it was him until she opened the door.
Yeah, no. She's just like, oh, who's like, it's gonna be the matron. Oh, hi. Hi.
Just yeet that blanket.
Hello.
Oh, wow, you're so dirty and have been crawling around in muck. Why don't you come in? Okay.
Anyway. Yeah, I mean, I was like, damn, he got in the archives, but I don't really think a ton happened other than that, to be honest. But
it's a lot less exciting than I thought. Like, he didn't break
Yeah.
in, he just kind of, like, snuck in.
he just kind of, from the under thing, yeah, he was like, ooh, look, a
He's
door.
like, a second door. Huh.
What are the odds?
Wow, you're so dirty.
You're so dirty. I'm gonna stop. Come on in, darling. Let me get a little comfortable.
Glow, you have no idea how hard it is not to do more romance with my characters. It's so hard.
Can you imagine Fela just being like, let me slip into something more comfortable, and she comes out fully clothed. Like from a sheet.
She genuinely wanted something more comfortable.
she just wanted some pajamas. Like, oh god.
When do you think Voth will have sex for the first time? With Bast.
Oh damn.
No, I don't think so. I feel like he's not going to.
I don't think he will.
I
think
like
Kavase is sexual, to be honest. I mean, he's also young and like a young boy.
he's
I
like
get it,
constantly like, oh my god, I touched her boob.
That's fair.
Like,
But he never. I don't know. Well, yeah, I guess so. That's probably just awkwardness. I suppose.
he spends half the book caterwauling about how perfect women are.
That's true.
I feel like our baby boy Voth's a virgin by circumstance. Because he's always busy when any of the girls are.
Maybe that's what the title of the second book refers to. The Wise Man's Fear. It's just sex. Kavoth is the wise man, self-proclaimed. No, Aries actually hinted told me something that I was like, oh, that's clever as to what the Wise Man's Fear is. Because it's hinted at, I think, in this book. And that's an interpretation. It's not actually, like, described, I don't think. But there's a difference between asexual and deer in headlights. Yes, true. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not deer in headlights, though.
Well, it's him being like, anyway.
That's like, I'm so close to a girl. Like,
yeah.
She touched me. Like, that's
Oh my
not deer in
God.
headlights.
We're touching shoulders. Yeah.
Could be bi.
True.
He feels.
I could see that.
He feels bi.
I could see that.
I think he and Bast bang on the rig.
On the ring. It's why Bass calls him Reshi. It's a special name for him.
It's a special name.
Special. I want to know what Reshi means.
Sensei.
Maybe we'll find out in. Oh yeah. Bow to your sensei. Bow to your Reshi.
Yeah, they fuck on the keg.
Oh no.
Don't want that wine.
Oh my.
Why is this wine so white?
Oh
All right.
my. Next chapter. Chapter
91. Talk about different things, you know?
Yeah.
Voth enjoys being the he's just a friend guy for Denna. It's not friend zone, is it? It's not quite friend zone. It's
being safe. Like, he just doesn't really want to. He's like, here is good. I will stay here.
I mean, it's just like she's fucking around and keeping him on reserve.
Yeah, he's like I don't want to be a fuck boy.
It doesn't seem like she's just like, I don't have any interest in you. We're just friends. No, it just feels like she's like, you're in reserve. Like you're the real one, but I'm just gonna have sex with everybody else but you first. Just get out of the way, you know.
I don't even think she is. Yeah.
Well, or just cavorting.
I think it's just company, and then she like whenever it gets sexual, I think she gets out. She's like, nah, fuck that. Bye-bye.
It sounds like she gets out every time.
Oh my.
What? No, that was not
The
an
others have money.
innuendo.
Oh.
How does that even work?
That's fair. I might have misheard you. Yeah, they all seem wealthy.
So she's what's the word for
gold digger?
Gold digger, yeah.
She gave me money. I'm in need.
Chapter 92. The music that plays. Whew. Bast tells Chronicler that he's intentionally doxed them to try to bring some life back into Voth, and he just like goes all out, gets and then just like threatens Chronicler and tells him that there are no demons, only Fae. And he gets all up in his face and say, "I will actually rip out your entrails and choke you with them."
Yep.
It's like, Jesus Christ, Bast.
Yep. His whole thing was, I identify as a threat. My pronouns are try/me. Oh boy. But it was interesting too about his reasoning, because he was like, the fuck? Like, why are you so, like, Chronicler was asking him, like, why are you so, like, defending, why do you defend, Coat so much, and like, what are you gaining from this, from him telling the story? And he's like, I just want Reshi back. He when he talks about his past and he remembers his heroic adventures, he becomes more himself. He is not himself right now. He is in a bad spot and he needs to get out mentally.
Yeah.
So that was kind of sweet. But then he also was like, I'll rip out your entrails and choke you with them. I was like, oh damn, all right.
And then immediately after, he's like, anyway, nice to see you. Love you.
Yeah. Can I get you a blanket, some tea? I was like, holy God. That's so funny. I love Bast. Even though he's a fucking threat. I've convinced more people to play Ghost Trick. Fuck yeah. Girl boss Bast. Hell yeah. Girl Bast.
You shouldn't be prejudiced against Fae culture. Maybe a little bit.
But yeah, that was an interesting. I'm finding that a lot of these like ending chapters, it's just an interesting way to end it, because it's in, like, I mean, we'll talk about this after the epilogue, but like it basically, once the interruption hit with the demon man, Coat was like, you know what? Here's a good space to end. We're good. We'll take it up tomorrow, day 2. And you're like, oh. And then you have all these like concluding pieces, which are giving some answers to questions, but not a ton. So
there's one more.
Interesting.
There's the Epilogue.
Epilogue.
A silence of 3 parts. Rothfuss repeats himself.
Yes. It is the same name as the prologue and the epilogue.
It is most of the same words too.
It was really? That's actually kind of cool. I didn't think of that.
The only difference was when he described the people, he described them doing different things.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
I kind of love that. I mean, that scratches a narrative itch for me. That's great. Because I recognized the title as like, this is the prologue title, but I didn't think it was actually worded very similarly, because I actually love that, because then it gives a new perspective to like what you've read at the beginning versus what you've read at the end. And you're like, oh, now I've read this whole book and I have some more context into why he's acting the way he does. And then a little more into the whole like silence in 3 parts thing, because silence is like referenced or explored constantly throughout this, at least in the interludes. Gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss. Oh my god.
I was just looking at the map. I think the next thing I write, I want to write something that can have a map. Because
be cool. Maps are great.
I love maps. The thing. Well, okay, there's 2 things. One, having a map is wonderful. I love maps. And the setting currently that I have, you can't really use a map. It doesn't make sense. But the other thing is, a world that has a map is a lot easier to write in than a world that doesn't, because I don't have to make up every single thing that exists.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because like in most sci-fi, most of the stuff doesn't. None of it exists.
Mm-hmm.
It's theoretical at best. But
Yeah.
anyway, sorry, that was my aside from glancing at the map. I'm the map. I'm the map. I'm the map.
Bast, gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss, manipulate, mansplain, male white.
Who's he mansplaining to?
That's so good. Benji, you could make a map even just for your own usage. True.
Wait, you mean?
I mean, I don't know your
have,
story.
To physically have a map,
Have a map, have a map.
nothing to do with the story. Just like I got a map.
I got a map. Map.
I've considered doing you know those like diagrams of our solar system where it's like the sun and then like the planets.
Yeah.
Like that would be cool for the different solar systems.
Yeah.
Stellar systems.
Love it. Yeah. Do that. That'd be fun.
I might
Go
do
for it.
that.
It'd be fun.
And I can have 1, 2, 3 for the 3 systems, stacked, and then the. Okay. I need to learn how to use.
Benji's like, yeah, hell yeah.
like Adobe Illustrator, that bullshit.
It's fun.
I'll probably just do it in Krita.
True.
Just the same program, really.
Yeah. But yeah, that was the book. That is prologue to epilogue. That is, I don't even remember how many pages. 720?
The
722. End. The end. Yeah.
We didn't learn a damn thing about the chest, did we?
We didn't. No. I honestly figured because it's not referenced very much, I was like, that's gonna be a book 2 or a book 3 thing. There's no way. That's a setup. Not learning about things is a recurring theme in the book. Nice.
The funny thing about him struggling to finish his 3rd book or whatever is so you think of George R.R. Martin, who's like been finishing his last book for like a decade or 2.
Yeah.
But that is the way he writes. He just writes, like whatever happens. So it's a lot hard. There's no destination.
Yeah.
But with this style of writing, the way he's structured this, he has to have written out the entire story.
Yeah, like he has to have a plan. Yeah.
So what's he struggling with?
Well, it's hard to actually write it down. Like you could have an outline, and it's hard to actually write it.
Yeah, that's true. Translating outlines to writing is hard.
Yeah. Sorry.
That's the 10 o'clock alarm.
Making the plan live up to everyone's expectations. Yeah, that's the other thing too. Like also when you take long enough, now you have like heightened expectations. Sometimes it's hard to get the exact right words down on the paper. Yeah. 12 years. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah. Like it's built up. And I mean, like, it's not like he's not doing anything about it. Like he's writing novellas around characters in the story.
He's avoiding it.
Yeah. I think there's also a lot of personal issues going on. Oh yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
I also can so I it's something I've thought about. Like let's say I do finish my book and I release it and it's popular. Suddenly I need to write a 2nd book. And I'm suddenly on somewhat of a timeline. Yeah. Because people are like, "Oh, cool. When's the next one?"
Yeah. We want more. We want to consume, and you're like, "Oh, okay."
Which is like a little kind of makes you think, well, maybe I should like close it, force it to be self-contained, so you can't like say, "Oh, when's the next book gonna come out?" You just say, like,
"Oh yeah."
I don't know.
Self-contained is a very safe way to do it. Like obviously you can leave like, some intrigue, but don't have it be a cliffhanger necessarily, because like you'll inevitably, if people like it, people are going to be asking for it
The thing is,
for the next one.
the way I've written this, I have no plans for a sequel. Like, that's not to say I wouldn't do it, but like I genuinely don't have even the inkling of what it would be about.
Yeah.
So,
Alternative solution: make it terrible so no one likes it.
ooh, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah. The moment that I heard that, like when I was talking to Aries, and I was and that I had heard that each day of the story is a book. So like day 2 is the Wise Man's Fear,
Yeah.
day 3 is the final book. I was like, oh, so we're definitely not going to get answers to a lot of things in book 1. Cool. So I expected it. If I didn't know that going in, I probably would be like, oh man, like, all right, well then I gotta read the third one or the second one.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah. Alternative solution: write the first book and then disappear mysteriously, become the next Amelia Earhart. Oh no.
Weird woman has ears on her heart. Probably what killed her. Eaten by coconut crabs. Where did that little tidbit come from? Why are people convinced she was eaten by coconut crabs?
I have never heard that. That's hilarious, though.
Apparently, it's like a thing.
That's interesting.
Hearts do have ears, yeah.
They're just deer. I think they found bones. Oh shit, really?
Were the crabs eating the bones like dogs do? Nom nom nom.
Nom 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 nom.
Do crabs have teeth?
I don't know.
Crab
Serious
teeth.
questions. Crab teeth.
It's important.
Just Google crab teeth. Don't look at my Google history.
So,
it's fine.
yeah, what were your thoughts on the whole book as a whole book whole?
The book as a book whole book. I liked it overall. I was really interested in the magic system, like, and the naming. I kind of wish that there was a little bit more of that, because I just wanted to learn more about it. But I understand, like, it's gradually being revealed more, so it's like, okay. I like Kavoth the Innkeeper more than young Kavoth, because young Kavothson is very arrogant.
So's Innkeeper Kvoth.
Yeah, but he's seen some shit, so he hasn't. He's like, whatever, it's fine. I've lived through it. I was a bastard back then. All right. I don't know. Innkeeper Kvoth seems a lot more muted in comparison. And
He sounds sad.
Yeah, like some shit happened, and that it might be also like I have a soft spot for like really like people who've gone through some shit, like characters. I'm like, oh, I feel for you, angst. I'm sorry.
You pity him.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, overall, like, it was good. I don't love having more questions than answers, and I know that this is supposed to, like, the second book's gonna answer more, but it's probably also gonna present a bunch. But as a standalone book for just like an introduction to the series, interesting. I agree with you on a lot of points about, like, I wasn't over the moon about how certain things were portrayed. Like, or like the perspective with, like, anytime basically a woman came on in the chapter, because like it was often, and I was like, because like there's other, I mean, it's in fantasy, but there's other books that just like do. Now, not to say that like that's the whole book, is that there is a perspective of like woman is pretty, sexual tension, move on, right? There's a lot of different female characters here, but a lot of them don't get introduced until like halfway through the book at least. So there. I did like the idea, like I do like
It's definitely
the setup
story about a man, yeah.
I do like the setup of, like, the setting of of a man telling of it being a story that he's telling to others people, and like there's interludes and interjections. I was like, that's really cool. I also really like oral storytelling, so I'm just like, oh, this is a
I
neat
also
way
really
to do
like
it.
oral
Storytelling. Women are relevant only as far as they're relevant to the man. Yeah.
That's a
And
very bad opinion to have, Coalfires. No.
Bonk theater. Yeah. Yeah, I like the setup, and the more that we're talking about the whole like expectations thing, like that is a really interesting thing in that, like, he sets it up to be this big thing, and then we expect it to be a big thing, but then it's kind of mid, and you're just like, well, that's actually just, it seems to me like that's more like just code, or Kvoth just, he's not really a storyteller, but he's telling what he feels is the true story. And there's a whole lot of other little bits and pieces in the writing where it's just like, is he telling the real story? Because there's a whole thing which I don't think we got into, where like the other in not visitors, the people at the inn who come all the time, like Tam and all them, they're just like, oh yeah, do you remember this tale? You're telling the tale of when two guys attacked you in broad daylight and you like murdered them immediately. And they were like, I didn't hear it like that. I thought he said this. Like, no, you're crazy. So like there's
Patrons.
some, thank you, patrons. So there's a lot of that in this book of just like, what is true, what is not, does it matter? Because I mean, that's just stories in general. But yeah, I guess that's a lot to say that I like the book. I agree with you for the most part. And there are little smatterings of narrative things that I really liked, like that.
What was I about to say? Oh, yeah, I wow, that's never happened to me twice in a row before. I lost it, I found it again, I lost it again.
I lost it again. Oh no.
About the patrons.
Yes.
No, about the
I have amnesia. About the patrons. The
No.
stories that they're telling?
No,
Nope, not
it
about
was
the patrons.
before that. It wasn't about oral.
Whammon?
It wasn't about whammon.
Mm.
Well, it was about storytelling style. I remember
Okay.
that. Oh, you know,
Maybe
yeah,
that's what
of course, oral. That's all I can think about now. Visions of titties dance in my head. Well, okay, that thought's gone.
All right, well then, how about your overall thoughts? And you can ramble, because I rambled.
Wait, Guru Bonk's error, internal server error.
Yeah, because he didn't, because he did the dot and he didn't put a space. No thoughts, only titty.
90% of the time, that's me. Yeah, I liked it it was well written. It was an interesting, gripping story. It was an interesting setting. I'm not sure I want to read more of it.
Fair enough.
I want to find out what happens. Like, I want to know the plot. But I don't care about his day-to-day. And I know that it's just going to be a lot more day-to-day. Maybe I just prefer, like, higher level fantasy kind of style.
That's
I
fair.
would
Most of
definitely
the
read the
universe,
Owry one. I like the setting and stuff.
yeah. Like when you're talking about the day to day, is that more like his university time?
Well, I don't know. It's a little too slice of life. Like I
Yeah.
like a bit of
'Cause-
that,
yeah.
but to an extent. Like
Uh-huh.
sometimes I just want there to be a plot to the story. But yeah, Kvoth is also very annoying in particular. That's true.
See that to me, the university stuff is like I would kind of be like, all right, yep, going to classes, cool. I didn't it didn't invest it didn't have me as invested. I wanted to learn about the Chandrian. I wanted to learn about like naming. I wanted to learn about like all these really cool things, and it's being brought up slowly, but most of the book is his time at the university and just like learning things. And I'm like,
Yeah.
although I do like the little character interactions. Like his friends are great, the masters are great. They're all shit disturbers. Love them. Um, but yeah, it might just be a slice of life thing.
And I do like the style as well. I
Mhm.
like the being told from his perspective. I didn't like it at first, but it's nice. I don't know how I feel about the interruptions.
Mm.
Like I don't know. Again, most of the interruptions we had or the interludes were just to talk about what we just said.
Yeah, that's fair.
Which, if it was an actual conversation between people, would happen. But
Yeah.
it's me reading a novel with the ability to extrapolate and interpolate, and I understand what's going on, and I don't need to have a discussion about it.
Hmm.
Um, so that's
Yeah.
I don't know, and
Yeah.
obviously the whole weird, creepy sexuality thing was a bit much for me,
Hmm. Yeah.
but
I agreed.
I still don't remember what I was gonna say before.
All good. And so there's some of the most interesting, or the least interesting parts of the story. Yes, indeed.
Like I found myself whenever like one of the big chapters happened where there was like a big event, I almost had like a finally sense, not like
Yeah.
and it wasn't like an anticipation kind of finally. It's like a Jesus
Mm.
Christ, that's over with. Finally,
Yeah.
something's happening. Jesus.
Uh-huh.
But it wasn't that I disliked any of the particular interactions. There was just too much of it.
Yeah, I can see what you mean there. Yeah. Interesting. And especially for a book that is also a lot of like setup, because like
Yeah.
book two is going to continue it and like answer some questions, maybe set up probably for book three, whenever that's coming out.
I'm also done reading
But
about Denna.
yeah, understandable.
Like I don't dislike her as a character. She
I think
well,
she just needs to happen with her in terms of, like it's more of the same with her right now.
it just feels simultaneously too hard and too easy. Like either he's struggling to be anywhere near her, or she's just like, we're friends, la 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 di da di da. Like it just like
Mhm.
instant shift, which I guess is what he's going for, but it feels cheap almost because of that.
Interesting. Yeah, because his
Like it's
whole
like there
thing was
should be
that she's like the
more.
wind.
There should either be less standoffishness when they're not together, or not
Mhm.
standoffishness, but less bullshittery when they're like when he's chasing her, or there should be more when they're just hanging out.
Mm-hmm.
Not I don't know. It's just too like
Like unpredictable, but also predictable. Yeah.
not unpredictable so much as just bipolar.
Mm. Oh yeah, bipolar is a good word. Yeah. Yeah, because it's definitely something that Rothfuss is going for and I mean he kind of like hammers that home when like when Kavath is like talking to the forget his name now, but the bar the guy at the bar when he was like, "Oh yeah, I knew Denna, and like she's been like this. She's kind of flighty," and then he like compares her to the wind and everything, and I'm like, okay, so this is gonna be her story. Okay, so
yeah, that was for me the moment where it's like, okay, I'm done with this character. I don't want to. I don't like reading about that sort of thing. I don't like the idea of chasing after somebody. Just like in my personal life, I don't like that. Like some people, they want that. I don't. I just want to meet somebody who has a mutual interest, and we're like, yes, cool, we're friends now. Like I don't want the bullshit.
Yeah,
and
no,
I don't want to see. I don't want to read about it either. For the same reason, I stopped watching. I stop watching TV shows and movies typically, or I usually sometimes stop reading or stop watching shows and stuff. I wouldn't stop a movie like 3/4 of the way through, but like when there's any sort of like infidelity, it's like just come on, does it have to? Yeah, it's like I don't.
I get that.
That's escapism. Like... I don't want to escape into reality.
Yeah. Yeah, I liken it a little bit to like I'm gonna go a little weeb here, but my idea of like, if you're watching a what is considered just like a romance anime, and it's a whole will they won't they, and like it's, even if it's not a romance anime, it could just be an anime which has two characters who like are definitely like supposed to be the main couple, but they do a will they won't they for the whole bloody show, and you're like, I don't want to see this chase of like leading up to like this big moment between them. I want to see them get together and experience, and just like I want the experience of when they're together and what life's going to be like then. That's more interesting to me, and that maybe that's more of an adult perspective. But yeah,
something you never see. I hate this. You never see this. Is two characters meet. They kind of, maybe they don't like fall in love and all that immediately, but like they're friendly, they learn to love each other, they somehow become a couple, maybe they get married, maybe they're just a couple, I don't care, and then from then on they're just a couple, and that's it. They go about doing all the same stuff as a couple, like well, okay, no, you haven't gotten that far in books.
In Wheel of Time?
Yeah. It's just, Perrin's relationship is really annoying. It's just very... It's like, I
assume
down.
I assume I know who with. I think I met her. Fair.
Where are you in the book for?
I haven't started.
You haven't
but
started
book three, I think she's introduced the princess, who's not actually a princess.
Do you remember? Remember her name?
I don't remember her name. No, it's been a while.
Do you remember either of her names?
No, I know she gives. Yeah.
Her true name is Zareen Bashir, or Bashare. Her chosen name was going to be Mandarp, but that was the horse's name.
Right.
That was the horse's name. And
okay.
So she decided it was going to be Fael.
Fael, right. That's
Fael with an E.
Yep.
Which means falcon in the old tongue.
Yeah. She seems cool, but yeah.
I know too much about this series. I know quite a bit about the series, but there's a lot of names people just drop, and I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Fuck? Whomst the fuck are you?
It's like, don't you remember when this person talked to this person about this?
The cast of these books is incredibly huge. I'm like, what the fuck?
I think it's 2,700 people. Wait.
Characters
in Wheel of Time.
Slice of romance is what you need. I was gonna say I like this like stories like Monogatari, My Love Story, because that one's it's just good. They get together by like episode 3, and it's just cute.
2,787 distinct named characters.
Good lord, oh boy.
And this some like enormous number of unique perspective as narrative perspectives as well.
Nice. Your Lie in April is the best. Will they, won't they? Because it isn't. Nice. I love the manga A Bride Story because it's delightful like that. Bob Jr., Bob Sr., Bob the Third. Also because it's set in 19th century Central Asia, which is 100% my thing. Yes, it is. Yeah, that's valid. Like all of the, I agree with the whole Denna thing. Like I just didn't know how to feel about her because I'm like, man, I really like that she opened up a little bit, but I feel like I don't know, like I just don't really. It's not like I'm not like rooting for her to like because I don't know enough about her because she just doesn't. She chooses not to tell. I'm not rooting for her to do like anything specific. It's just like, oh well, Denna's gone again, and maybe she'll be back.
Yeah, I like Denna as a character. I would probably be her friend if I had like if I was in Voth's situation. I'd probably want to be her friend.
Yeah.
But I would not go near that relationship wise, and he shouldn't.
Oh God,
either.
no. And I'm glad that they at least like address that too, like in the book of being like, this is a bad idea. Don't do it. Like Kvass still like romanticizes her and sees her as very like she is perfect, great, I love her, but also like he also knows like yeah, I don't know if I should go that way because that's not a good idea. Like yeah,
Yeah.
I appreciate her struggle to be independent. Also fair. Yeah.
Again, everything about her character I like.
Yeah.
It's just mix her with Kvoth is just like ugh.
Yeah, not a good
I'm just
recipe.
reading about stuff I don't want to read about.
Yeah. It's been established Kavath has a lot of terrible ideas. Also fair. Denna low-key reminded me of like some of the mean girls from high school. Oh,
She
really?
reminds me of one of the uh, not popular girls who when you actually get to know them, they're just like the mean popular girls, but like they only seem like they're not because they're not like one of the popular girls. I'm specifically referring to Mean Girls, the movie.
The movie?
Yeah, like when what's her name, the main character, became mean, even like just by being around them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, very self-important,
Right.
whilst doing her best not to seem self-important.
Yeah. Caddy? Or Kate?
I don't know. I feel like I've just been shitting on this book. It's a very good book. I enjoyed it.
It's okay if you didn't like parts of it. Like it's or like it's all valid, right? So, did you have a favorite moment from the book? Out of curiosity. That's actually a question from Glow. I saw it in Discord.
Hey, remember when we thought that Bard was gonna be important?
And then he never shows up. Oh God.
Yeah, they
So
were
mad.
I would much rather they focus on the other female characters for sure. Just trying to think what was my favorite moment.
Yeah. Focus more on
Pro-
Devi and Fela.
Probably, yeah, his interactions with the other women was probably some of my favorite parts. Those were sweet often. And probably, I mean, I love the moo moo,
Yeah.
but yeah, I don't know, nothing particularly stands out to me. Like when I think of this book, I just picture the town of or the university in Imre. That's my
Yeah.
entire that's like the first thought. Like not any of the people or anything, just that scene.
Well,
Um,
yeah, so much of the book is there, so
yeah, I don't know.
that's fair. I don't know if I'd have a favorite moment.
Oh, you know
Certainly have a
what? You know
few.
what? My favorite moment's probably the when he gets his pipes. That's probably it.
I was gonna say that's a really
It was
good one.
beautifully written, and
Yeah.
it, yeah, it was nice.
Yeah, I agree. Like it was a it drew out a lot of like it described a lot of the emotions pretty really well. That I think Kaboth was going through. That's a good one. Yeah. I think
Most of the bits I
yeah.
liked the best were music related. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah. And like I did like I also liked
What do you know is Rothfuss's connection to music, if any?
I
Is
don't
he a
know
musician?
actually. I could look it up. I don't know. Maybe his wife's a musician.
Maybe. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut off your thought.
No, that's okay. Now I'm curious. Uh, burr, burr, burr. I don't know. Does Google doesn't seem to tell me anything.
It's having so much fun.
um, yeah, but I mean, I think I would probably agree with you for the favorite moment, like talking about that. But like, there's other and I mean, Glow, you were mentioning like the little character interactions, like with him and his friends in the cafeteria teasing each other. Like that's also like that's just really fun. I will say in terms of like character interactions, like I really liked the beginning of when he's just starting to learn sympathy with his mentor and like just his life with the caravan before everything goes to shit. I was like that's just like I really I like that atmosphere. That's a fun idea to be like I'm a part of a troop and like I'm traveling and that this is my life. Um I really like that as well. And then I really enjoyed meeting Debbie for the first time.
Oh, that
I
was
really
good.
like
Yeah,
her character. She's so good. I want more Debbie, please, in book two.
I
I
would
probably would read book two,
I
but
would just hang out with Devi.
right? She's vibes. I also liked when he put on the um what is it like the persona to get him a nice pair of clothes, like a bunch of
Oh, that
clothes
was
and
really
some
good.
shoes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
it was
pretended to be
fun.
a lord.
Yeah, that was pretty fun. Can you play the background music in all of my streams? If you type in "does Patrick Rothfuss" into Google, it auto completes play music. Yeah.
That's
Here's a blog post from him on music. Oh, he wrote a whole blog post on music. That's cool. Let's see. I think it seems to say that he was not. Uh, rereading Westman's House. So he talks about he's at a coffee shop, reading through the book. Oh, I really like this. I think I just like his way of writing. This is a neat blog post.
I mean, he's literally writing in first person,
Yeah,
which is how his
yeah,
entire book is written.
yeah. True. Get pulled in the story. So he's talking about background music and the balance. Okay. He gets pulled in. So he might be a musician, but he doesn't seem to. He seems to be really like he's pulled into music very easily. Like music is a something he really enjoys, maybe. Oh wow, that's actually a long blog post. I'm not gonna read. I don't know if I'll read this whole thing, but
Could you
interesting.
imagine Rothfuss doesn't do big sentences. You can tell that the reason he's taking 12 years to write his third novel is because he's quadruple checking every single sentence.
Yeah, he's very particular about his revisions, I feel like.
Like, every single sentence is written in such a way that it's like exactly the right words to use.
Yeah. Cinder shows up with a drippy face like, oopsie, we're back! Did you miss us? If I ever became an author and people pestered me on questions, I'd just default to, they died!
Yeah, just tell everyone your characters are all dead.
Yep.
Actually, that's actually a really good troll when you're when you get asked at in like an interview or something about what's gonna happen to this character, or no, what's happening in this book. You just accidentally kind of mention that they're dead. They're not. You haven't written them out. You're just fucking with people. But you just like you know how they always make a slip. It's like, ooh, I shouldn't. Ooh, okay, maybe I shouldn't have said that.
Oh, you shouldn't have said that.
Like you Tom Holland yourself, but actually you mean to do it on purpose.
Oh, love it. Hell yeah.
Because it's wrong.
True. Who was it? Favorite minor character is Scarpy. Also hashtag silly bast. Very nice. Who was the one rich guy that was flirting with Sim in that one scene, and then was friends with Denna? Wait, friends with Denna, or like they were dating, weren't they? Savoy, our boy.
Right. He's probably my second least favorite character.
Fair.
Least obviously being Ambrose, because how can he not be?
Yeah, Ambrose.
He's just a dickhole.
Yep. Just a prick. I really liked Elodin. I really liked Elodin, and I really liked
Abinthy.
Oh my god. Yeah. I also liked Abinthy.
Oh, I figured that's what you were gonna say.
No, I was gonna say Debbie. I've already said it, but I really like Debbie. Debbie.
I
Devi Jeans.
I liked the Dagron. That was my favorite character. No,
Yeah.
Probably Auri.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably because she's the most intriguing. Well, actually, maybe Devi.
Yeah.
But
I just like how Devi just knows what she's doing. She's
actually,
like, that's what I like to do.
I really like all of the girls, except for
Denna. Yeah, the main.
Yeah, you know.
That's fair. Elodin is delightful, so is Auri, yeah.
Yeah, thanks for reading along with us.
Yeah, it was fun. Yeah. Shall we announce the next book?
According to how many people? 7? 8?
One moment. I gotta get us back.
People?
There we go. 8 people, I think. Yes.
According to the polls of 8 people, the next book will be The War of the Worlds.
Yes. Which we both have not read. But
H.G.
Benji has a copy and I don't. So I have to get it.
I read the first 2 chapters, 1 chapter.
Okay.
I don't remember any of it. There was a war on some worlds.
Thanks so much for watching. This was a really cool experience to do as a little book club and a first time reading Name of the Wind. We're really looking forward to our next book, which is going to be The War of the Worlds by H.G. Wells. And yeah, did you want to add anything else?
Yeah, I mean, this has been interesting with this format. Obviously, this is our first book, so we might improve things going forward. Maybe we won't. I don't know. But yeah, we're hoping we'll keep getting better at doing this. Don't forget to unplug the audio. And specifically for the next reading, we will be reading chapters 0 through 15, so including 15, of War of the Worlds by H.G. Wells. And then we will be meeting back here. That'll be fun.
Cool. Yeah. See you around.
See you then.
Hello again. Fuck.
Perfect.
Hello.
Just like that.
Perfect. Drink space juice. It's the quenchiest.
Space juice.
Space juice. It's my.
Is it a decal on your water bottle? Or
Yeah.
is it actually space juice?
You'll never know.
It's distilled astronaut piss. Hey, where do you think it goes after it recirculates?
Hello, everyone, and welcome to our final reading of Name of the Wind.
We're going to be going through chapters 83?
77.
77?
77.
Oh, okay, I got it.
Close.